Hello and welcome to Fandango Friday. We have some people joining us, I believe. Um, I have tonight for this Fandango Friday rum, of course. Well, it's convenient to do rum on Friday. Okay, let me clear that up with you. This is Ron Pontalba, white. 1 liter, and I only paid $6.99 for the liter. This rum was introduced in 1989. It's a Sazerac product, which is common in Louisiana because Sazerac is headquartered in New Orleans, and they have the Sazerac House now on Canal Street, corner of Canal and Magazine Street. And it's an interactive museum where you get to taste, not just look and read, but taste the cocktails and watch them make the Sazerac rye whiskey. Highly recommended. And the most important thing, it doesn't cost any money. It's totally free, just like the Barton 1792 Distillery Tour in Bardstown, Kentucky, and the Buffalo Trace Distillery Tour in Frankfort, Kentucky. Totally free. This was not free, but it was only $6.99 a liter. So I am so very pleased. Oh, so very pleased. Now look at that label. Yeah, I know, glare. Doesn't that look like a 1989 Ocean Pacific t-shirt design? You know, you get those t-shirts at Sears or whatever. All right, but anyway, that's Ron Pontalba 80 proof. Hi, drunken one. You can join if you'd like. Everybody can join. All the people can join. All right, and so the competitor is a well-known brand, Bacardi. I forget it's reversed. Bacardi Superior. There's a lot of glare. That lamp, you know, it's so bright. You've seen Bacardi White Label in that greenish bottle. I don't have to explain that to you. So this Bacardi Superior, John and Nilly said it's cheap in Georgia, but in Louisiana, it's about 14 bucks a bottle. You might find it on sale for 12. But let's say $14. $14 for a 750? Yeah. And $6.99 for a liter. Now, all right. Bacardi is from Puerto Rico. Used to be Cuba, but they had a little problem called Communist Revolution. And so they moved their operations and all their recipes to Puerto Rico in around 1962, 61, 62. All right. That's why you will see Havana Club from Havana, Cuba, and Havana Club from Puerto Rico. Now, what we get here is Havana Club from Puerto Rico, the Bacardi version. You say, well, it's a big difference in flavor. It's probably the same flavor because it's the same recipe, but you get the communist Havana Club. You can always tell because when you're drinking it, if you spill it, it makes like a little hammer and sickle mark. Like it doesn't spill like regular drink. All right, anyway, what's going to taste better? I don't know. I've never done a blind taste test with Bacardi Superior and Ron Pontalba. Ron Pontalba is named after the Baroness de Pontalba, the Spanish lady who lived in Louisiana, was a huge real estate tycoon. We have the Pontalba Apartments in Jackson Square. And we have Almonaster Boulevard in New Orleans. Michaela de Pontalba, she married a French. She was a grandee, and she married a French noble, and so that's it's part of the Spanish, the Bourbon nobility, because you remember the Bourbons started in France with Henri the Fourth in 1589, and then with and then the Spanish Bourbons in 1700 in Spain with Philip, right? Yeah, Philip of Anjou. Philip of Anjou. Philip of Anjou became the king of Spain. He was the grandson of Louis XIV. So he had the French Bourbons and the Spanish Bourbons. So naturally, France and Spain were allies up until the French Revolution. You know what I mean? So anyway, here's James P. Madonna.
Would you believe I lost internet connection 5 minutes before showtime?
I would believe it.
5 minutes before showtime. Talk about the forces of evil and evil spirits trying to sabotage the new reformatted Fandango Friday. Anything's possible with this Fandango thing. Anything's possible. Anyway, greetings, everyone. Oh, by the way, where the hell is everyone? Happy Black Friday special edition of Fandango Friday. We're live. How about that? Jingle bell. Evil spirits. All right. Ed Norton from the Honeymooners. Thelma. With my coffee, I would like 2 lumps. You keep ringing that bell, you'll get 2 lumps. Okay, special edition. Everybody's welcome. I did not go to any shopping center or shopping mall, but I hear that the internet sales has broken some records, Rondi Theriot. I hear
I was at work all day for 8 hours. So,
well, I'm sure your liquor is going to come in handy if you had to work for 8 hours today.
Yeah, and I had to get to work at 6. I clocked in at 6 a.m. and but it wasn't too hard. I woke up at 3. I woke up at 2:45 a.m.
Oh, well, that's kind of like when you slither out of bed, sort of.
2:45, and so I slither. So
did you do a Dawn Busters Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, but no, you don't Dawn Buster on Friday. Saturday you Dawn Buster, right?
Yeah, if I got to work, I can't do a Dawn Buster. But
you can't Dawn Buster, huh?
Not if I got to work. But I did. Yeah, tomorrow morning I have some bourbon lined up. Yesterday morning I did some bourbon. And it was interesting because the $5.99 bourbon from the family-owned company did not do too badly. It did pretty well against the expensive bourbon. So that just goes to show you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes it happens. I remember we were talking about the Heaven Hill products, and people say to me, what's Heaven Hill? But hey, small company, they make a great product. It's reasonable. Hey, Zero. Yes. Zucker Beak. Zero. Look at the schnozola. Zucker, hold on. Zucker Beak has his control freak sabotage agents out there. Or maybe it's one of the beer cults. That's got the hackers out there.
Well, I don't know about all that, but anyway.
All I know is it's just us two in the hen house.
Yeah, we might have other people join in. I don't worry about it too much. Bumpy Willow Brewery says cheers. So anyway, I have the rums, and those are convenient to do on the off days.
Did you send what's his name? The gentleman the link?
Who?
The gentleman that wants to jump on.
You got to send the link. You have to send in the link because we're no longer. We're no longer connected due to his fiat, not mine.
Okay, all right, hold on. Let me get back. Let me get back to faccia book, as we say in Italian, face. Let me get back to the old faccia. And see, it's like when we say ad lib, then anything's possible in this.
I'm pouring the Bacardi, and
hold on.
which is family owned, though.
Yeah. What do you? So you got
Now, I was talking before you got on to have the Ron di Pontalba, and this is named after a woman who was born.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I sent the wrong link. All right, go ahead. Continue.
The Pontalba is named after a woman named Michaela di Almanesta, Baroness di Pontalba. She was
Let me do it. Yeah.
She was born in Louisiana, but her parents were from Spain, and she was a member of the Spanish nobility, the Grandes, and she married a French noble, Baron de Pontalba, and so she was a big real estate tycoon in Louisiana, and all of her children and her descendants live in France today, but they named the rum after her anyway.
Well, for some bizarre reason, the evil demons are not letting me.
Well, you have the link on your
Yeah, I know, but it's not letting me copy and paste it. It's really messing with me. It's something wicked is out there trying to sabotage this whole thing. Hold on, I'm trying to. It sent him the wrong link. Hold on for a second. Something really bizarre. Like I'm highlighting the link, and then when I go to copy it.
Well, I could send him the link because he doesn't have me blocked. He just unfriended me.
Yeah, because he wants to jump on. Let me hold on. This is ridiculous. I don't know if it's Zuckerberg or what, but I normally can highlight something, copy and paste it, and finally, I had to make the page bigger. Son of a gun. I had to full screen it. Now he's got it.
Oh, he's got it. Okay.
All right, now because I saw him.
Well, Drunken One said he wasn't able to send it around either. So apparently something's wrong on the internet.
Yeah, I was disconnected, and all right, so he should be able to. Right now he's viewing the wrong link that I sent him accidentally. Well, it's not accidentally. It's actually because it wouldn't. Oh Lord! Oh boy!
Yeah, it's got you double
trouble.
Oh, yes, you should join Fandango Friday.
There we go. I'm back. All right, I sent him the link. You see what happens when people assume. We assume things are going to go smooth.
I don't ever assume that because I've been through too many hiccups on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. I want to start off with the fact that this is a Black Friday edition, and we're experimenting with a new format where not only can you bring any product, but you can speak your mind about anything that's a current news topic or a societal subject or anything that exists. I mean,
right.
you
can't, without cursing and like some.
No, there's no need. No, there's no need for cursing on the Ron DiTirio show. No, you could make your point.
That's for After Dark.
Yeah, right. If there is an After Dark, if After Dark's co-host, I don't think that's a word. Co-host doesn't bail out the last minute, there can be an After Dark. But I want to say that make a societal. First of all, I want to make a general overall picture political statement. Any career politician that is under any suspicion, I don't care if they belong to the Elmer Fudd, Baby Finster political party, Democrat, Democrat, Republican, anybody under suspicion should be investigated and proven guilty without a shadow of a doubt. And to me, a career politician is like a prostitute with a suit and tie, usually a good suit. Maybe the taxpayers paid for it, but that's how I see it. Everyone is under the electron. Well, this is a dollar store magnifying glass, electron microscope. The facts, ma'am, only the facts. Joe Friday on Dragnet. That's it. That's my political statement. My societal statement has to do with a couple shows that Jay and I did about feminism, the dirty double standards. Now, we have a situation where in society, whoever does the inviting usually has to pay, whether it be a male friend with his best friends or whatever, a man and a woman and a man. But you notice that the women never ask the man out on a date because then they have to pay. Why? Because when they get into a relationship, they stiff the man with all expenses. You name it, from the engagement ring that they think is a gift when it's really a promise of marriage, the mortgage, the utility bills, the child support, their college tuition, pay for the date, pay for the flowers, pay for Valentine's Day chocolates, pay for this, pay for that. The man gets stiffed completely. Okay. Now, the woman, like what's yours is hers and what's hers is hers. When you're cohabitating or you're married, there's a legal contract. But women have alligator arms. Look, they have short arms and deep pockets. You got that? Short arms and deep pockets. And it's a double standard. It's not fair. This is why the guys have to ask the girl out. They are very tight with the dollar and very parasitically money hungry. That's why when a man goes on a date with a new girl, his friends will say, "Hey, buddy, how did it go? What does she look like?" But a woman will go to her girlfriends and they will say, "What does he do?" See, women are preoccupied with what do you do? What do you do? Because they're after the damn money. They're like ticks. They're like having a tick right on your jugular vein. And this is a dirty double standard. Okay. What about the military-industrial complex? Yes, it is big business. War is big business. Yes, you're absolutely right. Joe Biden's wooden dentures without termites. Well, that's how he flossed his teeth, I think, right? He used to put termites in his mouth. But you're right. It is big business, and it's at the expense of middle class and poor parents' children. They put their lives on the line, lives and limb, so the military-industrial complex can make money. That's why the U.S. has over 800 military bases around the world, so they can steal the natural resources of other countries. That's what it is. A 44? Oh, you got one of those complicated names. Hey, wait a minute. French fries is a cheap filler, and holy crap, he's got a hamburger, a pizza, and fries. Why women don't pay? They don't have to. You're right. That's why corporations don't pay a heck of a lot in federal taxes, because they can. A woman doesn't pay because men are chasing their sorry asses, hitting on them and slobbering over them like thirsty, desperate dudes, and give them all this attention, and their ego swells up, and a woman says, "Hey, supply and demand." Supply and demand. All these guys want me because I'm so gorgeous. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a psychological game, and I'm going to get them to pay for everything because I'm getting so much attention. They're all hitting on me. I mean, this is what the thoughts that a woman would think. This gentleman is absolutely right. Anyway, the blend, what I got is interesting. I got Choya Yume Plum, the Japanese wine. That's the name of the company. And I got the website up. Okay. And I was doing I will put the educational link so it doesn't look like we're just a bunch of hollering wild men, macho men. I sent the gentleman the link. I don't know what happened. I mean, I sent him the link. Where are you, Mr. Whisperer? Where are you? Mr. Whisperer, are you out there?
Might have got cold feet.
In cyberspace. Ah, cold feet. Hold on for a second. Hey, there's your cold feet for you. Hey, look at the pectorals on my golden rooster, the golden cock. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. All right.
All right. So you're talking about this plum wine, and I have the rum. I'm going to start tasting them in a minute.
Yes, you're going to taste it in a minute. But I got the educational page, which I posted privately about the history of the ume plum, which is very medicinal in Japan for centuries. It is a medicinal product. So this is another reason why I'm excited about this particular wine, aside from it being plum wine.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Ron DiTirio.
Okay, so I mixed them up. I don't know which is which. I have a code. I put them in a code. Bacardi's under the OB code and Ron Pataba's under the B code. That doesn't mean anything to anybody, but it means something to me. So I predict, this is my prediction, folks. I don't think I'll be able to tell them apart. And I do not think there'll be an appreciable difference in flavor and aroma, which is going to lead me to conclude that you can pay $6.99 for a liter of white rum and get just as good a value if you pay $14 for a $7.50. But I don't know that. I'm just assuming. Okay, so this one here, and I'm going to go quick. It's we're only talking 2 minutes.
Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
2 minutes. It's peppery. It's light molasses. It's okay, now Thomas Meadow, give me a second to go through this, and we're going to introduce you up.
Yes, we are going to introduce you.
It's mild yellow. It's typical white rum, silver rum. It's nothing spectacular, but it's nothing bad by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I want to see about that. Now this one over here. Here comes the next one. I don't know which it is. I don't know if it's Bacardi or the Ron Puntalba. Same as I described in the other one. It's got a little black pepper note, charcoal, white oak. It's light molasses, and maybe it's a little fainter. But they both smell fine. Now the taste real fast.
Full screen, Ron DiTirio, full screen.
Oh yeah. All right. So James is my my studio manager because I always forget. So this is it's like mildly sweet. I'm talking about the one in my left hand. Mildly sweet. It's not overbearing. It's peppery. Like I said, light molasses. Be a good mixer. I don't do mixed drinks, but I know in New Orleans that's a big deal. The cocktail culture, for sure. But I'm just kind of aloof to that. But anyway, this one over here. Very similar, but there is some sort of I don't want to say tropical fruit because obviously the rum does not contain that, but there's some sort of little bitty extra savoir-faire associated with it, and I can't explain that. So that's making me think, yeah, and so that's making me think that the one on my right hand might just very well be the Bacardi Superior, but still in all, I'm not quite sure that it's worth an extra $8 for a smaller bottle. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take that into consideration. So we have Thomas Meadow, and then he's going to talk as an introductory issue, and then we're going to go to James, who's going to give us a rundown on the plum wine, and maybe the Whisperer will join us from Missouri if he doesn't.
Well, I gotta tell you something about rum that happened to me yesterday after Thomas Meadow says what he had to say.
Rum talk. All right. All right. I am drinking a beer that just won a gold medal in the Great American Beer Festival from Norwood, Massachusetts. It's from the Bohemian Style Pilsner category. This is Castle Island Bohemian Shine. It is their Bohemian Style Pilsner at 4.9%. I'm not finding much on the internet other than they're saying it is a crisp and delicate lager brewed with 100% floor malted Bohemian Pilsner malt. I don't know what floor malted is.
I do know what that means.
That means they spill it on a filthy floor and mop it
I
up
hope not.
and continue the process.
No, I know what it means. What they do is they take the little kernels of barley.
Yes.
And they spread them out, by the hundreds of thousands on this big floor. And they spray. They have these big things that come along like this, like my hands are doing, and they spray water on the barley, and then it starts to sprout.
Damn.
Barley starts to sprout. They stop the water and they start to heat it with ovens, and they dry it right at that point. And then all the germinated barley is now what we call malt. And then they scoop it all up, and then they use it to make the barley malt, the beer. So that's what they do. That's floor malted. You're right.
Damn. All right.
You're never gonna get an education like this anywhere else from this here Ron DiTerio guy. This is an educator.
Cheers on that.
So yeah,
definitely has the golden appearance of a Bohemian lager or just a good European lager in general in my book there. It's got some mild effervescence. The head isn't too large in the Pilsner Urquell glass, but it is white and nice and kind of soapy a little bit in consistency. It smells really toasty, like really toasty, crackery gray malt, almost like it's using, it almost has like a corn vegetal kind of a nose to it. I know it's not using any adjuncts. I have a feeling it's not, but it has that kind of a vegetable like sweet toastiness to it. So it smells like a really good Pilsner or Bohemian style lager, and it's pretty clean smelling overall. Cheers. Maybe a little grassy in the hops. Yes.
All right, so give us a little quick rundown, and then James is going to talk about his plum wine. That's a nice looking glass. That looks like a nice crisp lager.
Yeah, that is reminding me of stuff that I've had from the European continent. Again, definitely there's a toastiness to it. I'm getting that cooked vegetal toasty note to it. So it's got some nice medium body to it. Crisp, clean, ultra refreshing. I'm getting a good hop bitterness, a spicy / the earthy kind of a hop zing to it. That's very nice. I don't know. There's not too much going on about this one. It's got a nice heft to it, and it's clean, and it won a gold medal for a reasoning. I mean, this is a pretty good lager you could session the crap out of, and it's got tons of flavor without going too, overboard. But as far as Bohemian lagers are concerned, this one is damn delicious. Could go in Kessel Island, yeah.
And that is a very nice glass. That elongated glass, especially what you were doing to it before, you're stroking it up and down with your fingers. That is a very lovely glass.
And we got lacing, people. Lacing in a lager. Hello.
Now, Eric.
Yes.
Thomas Meadow 75, Massachusetts Beer Reviews. What is the price point of a single can?
Could not tell you. The 4-pack I acquired at the brewery was 11 even for the 4-pack. Okay,
so you figure half of 11 is $5.50, and half of that is $2.75. So okay, $2.75.
I would say that's a good price for this beer.
Now James is going to tell us about this, okay. And I hope he tells us the price.
Now, yesterday, a relative invited us to a very upscale, fancy restaurant because he insisted on paying, and I said, "Why not? Everything tastes better, and when it's free." So I went, and I ordered. Everybody was ordering various top shelf liquors. So I says, "Well, what kind of rum you have?" they really were very limited with rum. So I said, well, do you have Bacardi Black? Do you have a Myers Dark? No, everything was no, 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 no. He says, well, we do have regular Bacardi. I said, what's regular Bacardi? And we have Bacardi with coffee, coffee flavored Bacardi. I go, and the waiter was Greek. He says, it's great. Try it. Too sweet. It was more like a rum liqueur. Like it's like combining Kahlua with rum. I'm sorry I ordered it. But anyway, I'm reading the link that I posted privately. The Yume plum, this Choya Yume Japanese plum wine, is a semi-sweet, semi-tart plum that has been used for centuries for medicinal purposes. It is salted, pickled, fermented. It's a fermented food, and that link that I have here privately tells you the whole story about it. And I like things that are partially sweet, partially tart. Okay. Japan's oldest. Okay, so it says here that there are 118 ancient poems. They mentioned the Yume plum, the Yume blossom. So it's pretty important in Japanese history. They also make a liqueur from this called umeshu, and it just gives a history of it. Hold on. Yeah, it gives a very detailed history of this plum wine in the private link. I know we didn't say this. I hope everyone had a pleasant Thanksgiving day. If it wasn't for the great food and the turkey, hanging out with relatives that you don't really want to talk to is not a pleasant experience. But everything went well on my end. Slept over my sisters. We had a good time. Now, I'm going to smell this. It smells wonderful, semi-sweet, semi-tart. Just like the other plum wine I had from that old company that made great sake. Don't ask me how to pronounce the name in Japanese. The only thing I remember is the Japanese women, but not their names, not the name of anything. But it is.
Hey, wait! Look at that comment.
Oh, really? Well, it's the plum is a rich, or which is what the prune is made out of, a rich antioxidant fruit. Prunus, I guess is a Latin name for the family in general. But they do sell. I see the ume pickled plums that I mentioned in the Japanese market nearby, and they're not cheap. They're expensive, but it is an ancient, very healthy food, probably rich in probiotics. But anyway, this is my wine glass that I got from the Dollar Tree. You heard it right, $1. And I haven't broken it yet because it's thick. All right. So guess what? The bastards never got them back again. This is the first time I've seen them there, the rat bastards, but I got one.
Yeah, I've never seen them. I'd buy one if I saw it.
I would see if they have different shapes and just buy a whole collection of them. But it's a great wine. I enjoyed the other plum wine I had, which was a bit different. It wasn't the ume variety. It was a different plum, but it was very good and unique from grape wine. Now, some of the Japanese plum wines actually combine grape wine with plum, which I don't want. I don't want any. I don't want no mutt. I want 100% pure breed.
Right. I'm gonna have to buy some plum wine soon enough.
Well, it's definitely lighter in color, but not lighter in flavor. I would say it's a little, yeah, I would say it's a good cross between sweetness and tartness. Um, you know, hey, since this is an open forum, this Fandango format, how come you jabronis out there in cyberspace only talking about beer? Nobody says nothing about Thanksgiving. Like, how was your dinner? How was your turkey? How was this? How was that? Everything. Come on. Fanaticism is not normal. You have to be a well-rounded human being in this universe, like we are, well-rounded. And hey, Whisperer, where the hell are you? I sent you the link.
Yeah, you got stood up.
Yeah, I know what happened. You know what happened? A certain feathered creature of a different color must have tried to bully him, and therefore he didn't show up. Okay, I would buy it again. I want to try the pickled umabashi plums, the Japanese medicinal, the food that they have there. I tried 3 different sakes. I tried 2 of the standard sweet sakes, and Jay remembers, I tried the dry cold draft that you're supposed to serve ice cold. It was a different type of sake that was extra dry sake. They're all unique. They're all great. I love them. Just like this. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron Chan, because nobody else said nothing about the freaking turkeys and nothing. Everybody, yeah, beer. But anyway, this is great. I would buy it again, and I would also, of course, get the other one too. But
now let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
2 questions. What was the price of the choya?
This was I'd say about $16.
Okay, and what's the alcohol by volume?
I'm glad you asked. I am glad you asked, because we're trying to squeeze as much info. 13.5%. It's from Osaka, Japan. Choya, the company, Umeshu company. Choya Umeshu with a U. 13.5 from Osaka, Japan. At least it's not made in the U.S. It's not one of those like Kiko. Right. Soy Sauce has a brewery in Wisconsin, all that crap. Yeah, it's imported. Contains sulfites, the best. It's what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right. It says here, Habakino City, Osaka, Japan. Yeah, so it's imported through distributor Choya Umeshu USA Incorporated, Burlingame, California. And there it is. They have other products. They have a Choya Yume liqueur. They have a sparkling plum wine too, made by this company, which should be interesting for people that don't want to spend a lot of money on champagne and want something new and different that you can guzzle along with your other items on New Year's Eve. But anyway, yeah, I would get it again. Compare now. I will give the score in a bit.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to mine, and then we're going to go back to Eric.
Yes. Yes.
Well, one thing I'm going to say is in the next 2020, we're going to have to do another port wine or Madeira wine, Marsala wine with the Concord grapes review. We had a lot of success with the Concord grape-based fortified wines earlier this year and last year. I think James agrees with that.
Absolutely. I always loved the Concord grape. As a kid, Welch's grape jelly and jam, and I always loved it. It's distinctive as a grape. I think it's the only Native American grape, I believe.
Yeah, and when the Pioneer pioneers. Well, I guess they were all pioneers. The Pilgrims and the Puritans came to America. They described the Concord grapes as foxy. That was the word they used, foxy. Meant kind of like strange tasting, and but that was the only grape they had. The Indians had been making wine and products from the grapes for years. So the pioneers in New York, you know, the Dutch, really it was the Dutch, they said, oh, well, you know, we're going to use the grapes and we're going to make the wine just according to what we got to deal with. And so the Dutch made the Concord grapes and they drank the wine and they liked it. So it turned out to be like a Northeastern American sort of like tradition. So we're going to address that in the future, folks. The Concord grapes.
Yeah, Taylor Wine Company, New York, at 18% alcohol. We gave great. Yeah, well, Singapore doesn't have any litter either. They throw you in jail for that.
Right, for spit gum on the. If you spit gum on the street, you're looking at about a $200 fine.
That's right. That's right. I bet their subways are clean, not like the New York City subway system. I mean, I bet the subway with the bullet trains and the light rails on, you know, monorails.
Right. In New York, the liberals sympathize with criminals, and in Singapore, they beat them with whips.
You know, David Dinkins used to let all the aggressive panhandlers bother everybody in the city. All these young guys, you know, in their 20s that look very able-bodied, they used to let them like walk up there. Hey, help me out over here. You only giving me a $5 bill? That's it. You could have gave me a $20 bill. Yeah, that's how it was.
Right. In Singapore, you would go to a work camp, and after about 6 weeks working in the sugarcane field, you'd learn to get a job.
Right, and they cane you. They Singapore cane you if you didn't learn in due time. But yeah, the Taylor Company has outstanding products. I think you did Marsala Madeira.
Yeah.
Port.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. But there's some of those fortified wines I want to look at. Like I never did the cocktail sherry on these hangouts. I never did the white port. Those are kind of interesting. White port. White port. Why it's got to be white? All right. So here's Billy says Foxy is still used by wine snobs. Concord grapes didn't like alcohol, but Welch's founder lured the French vineyard winery owners to grow Concord grapes.
Concord. I think they should choke on these. They don't allow alcohol. What the hell's wrong with these people? But they're probably a bunch of zealots. But anyway,
all right, I'm gonna give. Yeah, we know about zealots. I'm gonna give you my
hey, where's Eric? I don't see him. Oh no, because you're there. That's right. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming up, baby. What
Eric's coming. So
stroking that glass too.
So
condensation removal. Damn it.
Wait. All right. So one on my left hand tastes fine. It's nothing bad about it. It's enjoyable. Look at this.
I contacted Paul Masson, but they're no longer bring. Really?
Uh-oh.
Well, they're just probably using all New York grapes. Thanks, 47 straight. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to check out some Paul Masson stuff next time I hit the wine shops. All right. Look, this is a draw. It's a draw. I'm not going to pay $14 for a rum that's no better than something I can get for $7 for a liter. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to say that this is probably the Bacardi, and it should say OB on it. It does say OB. Okay, so I did tell them apart. The Bacardi is slightly better. It is a slightly better rum, but it is not, and I repeat, it is not $7 a bottle better, especially considering you get a $7.50 for Bacardi, and with the Ron Pontalba, you get a whole 1,000 milliliters. So I'm sorry, Bacardi, you lost to the very obscure Ron Pontalba. So look at this label, folks. The chances of you seeing this are almost nil, but this is Ron Pontalba rum. I bought it in Louisiana on Louisiana Highway 49, and it cost me $6.99 for the liter, and that's the way I feel about it. All right, so Backwoods says,
Yeah, it's kind of sweet though, Manischewitz products.
yeah, they add sugar to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a history. That's actually a history lesson because of the Jewish immigrants from Russia, and their winemaking history. There's a reason for the super sweet kosher wines, and so we won't talk about that tonight. But I actually know about that. So that's
Is it that they don't want the Gentiles to drink it, or what is it a silly reason, or
no? It's a legitimate reason.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Eric. Eric, just be patient. We're gonna go to you soon.
Wait in line.
Like very soon. So, well, what happened was, from what I read, and this is legitimate sources, when the Jewish immigrants came from Russia,
right,
Germany, Eastern Germany, Austria, Hungary in the 1800s, early 1900s.
Poland too, I believe.
Poland. Well, but Poland, remember, Poland wasn't a country. It was ruled by Austria, Russia, and Germany.
Prussia, the region called Prussia, I think, was up there.
Yeah, West and East Prussia. Right.
And Bohemia, I think, was Czechoslovakia, I believe. The area called Bohemia.
Yeah, Bohemia and Moravia was what we call today Czechia. The Kingdom of Bohemia was Austrian province, but and the Germans had Upper and Lower Silesia and Poland.
All those Ivanka Trump-looking women, those lovely Ivanka-looking women.
Which does not offend me, actually. But anyway, and I just want to let people know that any of those women are welcome to come over to this house and do beer reviews with me.
Fraulein,
yeah, okay.
you are welcome, Frauleins from the Black Forest.
I mean, Eric, I try to be open, open to people.
Yeah,
but
they're open.
Policy, I like it.
It's an open forum policy.
An open invitation.
Well, what they said was the Jewish immigrants came to America. They didn't have a lot of money, so they were like kind of like living in tenements. You know what I mean? Like kind of Lower East Side of New York, kind of
Coldwater Flats.
Yeah, so they wanted to make the wine, and they just would rush the production of it. And in a rush, they would add sugar, and it would ferment really quickly, and it would be super sweet. So it was like inferior to what it was supposed to be. But they got used to the flavor, as aberrant as it was. So then it became like a culture that they were drinking this super sweet fortified wine in New York, in Chicago, in Cleveland, Ohio, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, other areas. And so then you had companies like Manischewitz and what's the other big one? What's the other big kosher wine that you see everywhere?
Besides Manischewitz, was it Morgan David?
Oh, Morgan David
or David or David?
Yeah, Morgan David. And so that just became like a thing. And then Gentiles said, oh, let's drink this. Oh yeah, some people have a sweet tooth. So then now here we are, 2019, people drink this stuff.
And that's why, to speed up fermentation, they got used to the flavor.
Right. So now what was done as a rush job became like a cultural thing. And like they had some old commercials in the 1950s saying, Mogan David, it's the wine like your grandmother used to make.
Well, Thomas Middle 75 is allowed to fart anytime he wants on the show.
Ooh.
Because I know he had a flatulence problem somewhere else.
Oh, what?
Right, that's a private. Yeah, that's going back to.
All right.
God. Now I remember.
Well, that's interesting. You have
Yes, Noah. They say it's the last year, but it's kind of like the Who. They've been doing a final tour since 1982. So.
The Eagles since 1980.
Right. So you can't always pay too much attention to that. This is the last thing.
Slayer's been doing it forever as well.
Boil the
Do you
bottle.
speak backwoods, Billy?
Boil the bottle. Come on, you gotta have some bacteria to keep your immune system strong.
Well, I know in southeastern Louisiana, they are very strict Orthodox Jews who do have these unusual ideas, and they like won't open an umbrella on Saturday. All right, Eric.
Well, a Jewish friend many years ago put a huge bowl of gefilte fish on the table, and it got mad because I ate every bit of it. I ate them all. I must have ate about a few dozen gefilte fishes.
Well, I'm gonna post a video tomorrow opening an umbrella since it's Saturday, so get ready for that. No, yeah, Bohemian style Pilsner. I guess Bohemia. Am I right about that? I guess Bohemian style Pilsners and Czech Pilsners are almost identical, or if not the same.
No, they are the same.
Okay, because I'm getting confused. I'm looking at the BJCP, the Beer Judging Certification Program guidelines. I'm not seeing Bohemian style anywhere. But I'm reading the Czech Pilsner and thinking about history and where countries were and borders were. And this is the same thing. Yeah. So Pilsner Urquell, perfect glass to use for this one. This one is definitely the Bohemian Shine from Castle Island, 2019 Bohemian style Pilsner winner, 4.9%. This one is definitely not as hoppy and upfront bitter as the Pilsner Urquell. But this one does have all those grassy hops in there. It's got those spicy Czech style hops that they're using in these styles of beers. It is very clean and refreshing. I am getting the toasty notes. I'm getting a little bit, maybe that cooked vegetable thing is a little bit of like diacetyl, which is what I read on the internet can happen in this style, and that's perfectly acceptable. This is a perfectly good, medium-bodied, crisp, clean, ultra-refreshing beer. I think for $11 for a 4-pack of not only a good beer, but an award-winning Pilsner these days is a pretty good value. So, I don't know, 93 out of 100 for this beer. I think in the style it is an A plus. I think this is a awesome beer. 93 out of 100.
Well, I can't complain about an A.
The more that I swirl the beer, actually, the more I swirl the beer, the less of that diacetyl thing I get, and the more crisp and clean it becomes. So, yeah, aeration maybe is the key to this beer. I don't know.
You might hear fireworks going off. There's a strange Louisiana tradition of setting off fireworks during Christmas season, which is bizarre, but
okay. Oh yeah. Here's one.
I wasn't okay. So I'm not scoring mine. Mine is just a tie. All I'm saying is that the Ron Pontalba is a great substitute. If you want to save a lot of money, get the Ron Pontalba. You won't be disappointed, although unfortunately you probably never see it. But I did buy it. I have the gold. Oh, wait up, folks. The gold is coming up probably by at least January or February. So the gold. This is the white. All right. So Eric's given his a 93, right? An A.
Yeah, I like this. This is good.
And now James is going to score his.
Well, I've had the Backwoods Billy was talking about the Orthodox Jews before, right? About
right,
the bottle. Yeah. Okay. I've had the other plum wines, like that really ancient company that makes great sake. I prefer their plum wine over this. I would, but you know, it does taste very good because it's not overly sweet, but it is not, I wouldn't say it's a 50-50 balance of sweetness with tartness. I would say it's a little too sweet to me over tartness. So I would give it a 94% out of 100.
Well, that's still very, very high.
I mean, it's good, but I mean, the other one, the other company that has a really fascinating website that you were reading from one time when we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I think No, I don't think we ever did a sake theme show, but
No.
yeah, I brought this. Actually, I brought the two sakes, the extra dry one with the frosted bottle and the standard sweet one. And it was from the same company that happens to make the plum wine that I like very much. So yeah, so 90, yeah, what did I say? 94% out of 100.
Very nice.
I would drink it again, but I would buy if somebody gave me the bottle, but I would buy the other brand that I think it started with a K. I gotta look it up, but they have a big product line. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, that's fair enough. Let me show something to Billy real fast.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, Billy, I was out in Baltimore, and I was on U.S. Highway 40 in downtown Baltimore, and I stopped, and the liquor store had one of those counters where there's like a bulletproof glass separating the cashier from the criminals. I mean the clientele. So I found the Bo Ice National Bohemian Ice beer. It was like $3.99 a 6-pack. So I said, "There's no way I'm going to pass this up." Yeah. It's 5.8% alcohol. I said, "Well, you never know what you're going to find in the lurking in the dark corners of America's cities." So I bought it, and it was pretty good. So there's a lot of beers that companies will tell you about, and for every 10 beers they'll tell you about, there's probably 2 that they don't acknowledge. But this does exist, or it did exist. It may still exist. So I'll tell you what. If you think you've got all the portfolio, you're wrong. There's a lot of stuff they make that you cannot find unless you happen to stumble upon it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, he said not the best area. Right. Chocolate porter. Yeah, that hadn't shown up in Louisiana to my knowledge. No, I don't watch movies, Maxwell. I watch sports and the news. I don't watch movies.
Yeah, I got Netflix, but I pick things that have a historic connection to it. Like if it's a series about Genghis Khan or about the Roman Empire or something, I'll watch it. But if it's just if it's a chick flick, there's no way I'm going to watch it unless I'm going to be getting something from and the chick is good looking. But other than that, I won't watch any crap.
Yeah, I mainly just watch games. I'm going to go lay down in my bed in a few minutes and watch a football game. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to go to another town and I'm going to watch a college football playoff game. I know Thomas Meadows says, "Oh, college, I hate college football. There's too many teams." Yeah, I know. But I do keep up with the teams, and I went to that university, so
there you go.
I like the uniforms. The bottoms match the top. They look like pajamas or a union suit. Like the college uniforms are interesting.
Right, you're right. Backwoods Billy. That was exactly that place. I parked my car. I went in. I bought my 6-pack. I got out and I headed on down the highway. But I'm still here. Billy. Yeah, those college teams tend to wear unicolor. Like if they wear a green jersey, they wear green pants.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, they're it's colorful.
Yeah, if they wear a yellow jersey, they wear yellow pants. It looks like a banana.
Well, it's a lot better than the Cleveland Browns having nothing on their helmet. They look like a bunch of tomatoes running around.
Oranges.
Yeah, there's nothing. Put something on there, a bulldog or a pit bull or a mosquito. Put something on the side of their helmet.
Yeah, back in the 1950s, the Cleveland Browns did put brown numbers on the helmet, like number 15, number 48, number 12.
Or they could put Mr. Hankey. He's brown. Put him on the side.
Yeah, but the Cleveland Browns used to put numbers on the helmet. which was kind of nice. If you look at some old photos, they did have the number on the helmet.
Interesting.
They went to the what is your car, Ron? I'm sorry, Maxwell. I don't have a car. I traded it in for a truck. I have a Ram 1500 tradesman truck.
Nice.
Oh,
Really good. I got a very low price on it.
My brother had the Dodge Ram turbo diesel with the 4 doors, the big monster.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I got a 2-door single cab with a V6, but it's a 305 horsepower V6. This Ram Tradesman 1500, I got a brand new, wasn't used, wasn't a program car, brand new, last year for $19,400.
Dang.
And the beauty is, if you need to move stuff or get something for the house, you'll have no problem with that vehicle.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good hauling facility.
The Cleveland Brownies. Well, then put the cake on the side, the brownie cake with a little marijuana leaf sticking out of it or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, the whole thing about Browns is complicated because there was baseball teams like the St. Louis Brown Sox, which are now called the Cardinals. They were the,
who don't believe in doing laundry. Brown Sox, you know. Yeah, there was the Cleveland Browns became the Baltimore Orioles the second time, not the original Orioles, who became the New York Highlanders, which became the Yankees.
Right.
Yeah, and the Browns in the 50s, I think, early 50s or something like that.
That's right.
Moved to Baltimore.
Right.
Yeah, and the Cardinals, of course, were always there, you know, with Stan Musial. That was their superstar back then, Stan Musial, who practiced hitting golf balls with a baseball bat. That's how he trained.
Yes. The Baltimore Orioles. Well, the St. Louis Cardinals today, back in the 1880s, were called the St. Louis Brown Stockings.
Just like the Cincinnati Red Stockings. The Cincinnati Red Stockings are the oldest Major League Baseball team, I think, of the 1860 something. Cincinnati Red Stockings.
Well, that's another video. That's kind of a convoluted story. There was a team in 1869 called the Cincinnati Red Stockings. They did play for money. They went out of business the next year. And then in the 1880s, they resurrected the team as the Cincinnati Red Stockings. But the Chicago Cubs and the today they're called the Atlanta Braves, do actually have a continuous link older than that, about 1874. Yeah.
So the Boston Braves, who moved to Milwaukee, who moved to Atlanta, the history of the Boston Braves is even older than.
Yeah. It's like 1874, and they were never a team that started and then stopped and came back. They just continued on. 1874 to 1952, you had the Boston Braves, and then 1953 to 1965, you had the Milwaukee Braves, and then since 1966, you had the Atlanta Braves.
Just like Philadelphia Athletics moved to Kansas City and then moved to Oakland.
Right. The Philadelphia Athletics started in the 1900, and then they became the Kansas City Athletics in 1950,
Yeah.
51, and then they became the Oakland A's in 1966.
You know what the most lame baseball name was? When the Brooklyn Dodgers were the Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers originally.
Right, and then they had the Bridesmaids.
No, the Bridegrooms. I'm sorry, it was
What am I saying?
The Brooklyn Bridegrooms, otherwise man with ring in schnozola.
Now,
Yeah,
Eric,
right.
you live in Massachusetts, and y'all had the Boston Braves, the Boston Red Stockings, now the Red Sox.
Now the Braves, they had the older before he retired, Babe Ruth. He ended his career with the Boston Braves.
Boston Braves, right? For
Yep.
2 years, yeah.
But Babe Ruth was a fantastic pitcher as well as hitter when he was with the Red Sox. And the owner back then, they screwed him over somehow.
He got screwed big
Like
time.
Yawkey, he needed money because he had this idea he was going to make famous Broadway plays, and his Broadway plays kept failing. So he sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees, and he got the money, and his Broadway plays didn't really make it. But
What's wrong with him? Why do we, and it's Babe Ruth is the one that ruined it for himself.
Right. So Babe Ruth went from being a World Series pitcher to being a all century hitter. But Eric, y'all had the Boston Patriots.
Just for a little bit, they were called the Boston Patriots.
Yeah, for 10 years.
Harvard Stadium, I believe.
For 11 years. What?
They played at Harvard Stadium.
Yeah, 11
I like
years.
their uniform. They had like Paul Revere getting down with a football.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking of? I'm thinking of for like a year or two, they were actually called the Massachusetts Patriots.
No.
There was a time period. That is a strange, obscure time period. Hello, Backwoods Billy. Hi.
Yeah, the Boston Patriots, and then they became the New England Patriots, and they moved to what's that town?
Foxborough.
Yeah, Foxborough. Yeah.
Massachusetts. Next town over from.
Good thing
Well, what they decided was most of their fan base was like Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island.
What a stupid idea that was to try to move the Patriots to Hartford, Connecticut.
I want to know.
They tried, but
Yeah.
But so they tried to appeal to the whole New England region, which was a smart idea, really, I guess, when you think about it.
Blumpkins? What's a Blumpkin?
Yeah, you don't want me to tell you on air.
It's a guy that likes to watch videos on VHS. All right. Anyway,
You mean like 70s porn on VHS?
Yeah.
Bunghole.
Everybody is gonna.
A toast to Bunghole Liquor Stores, New England's finest. Bunghole Liquor Stores. That's the name of it. Ron DiTirio.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's a liquor store. It's a chain.
All I know is I made some coffee and chicory tonight, and tomorrow morning I'm going to set it to start brewing. I have coffee and chicory. I'm going to read some Old Testament prophecies in the book of Hosea, I think it is.
Hosea. Hosea. That's like.
Well, I have it right here. Wait, hold on. I have it right here. It's
Well, Jose means Joseph in Spanish. Hosea.
No, wait, right here. It's
Are you using dehydrated chicory in your coffee brewing? Is that what you're trying to say? Like a dried chicory?
well, it comes in a bag. You know, it comes in that vacuum pack bag.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Amos.
famous Amos chocolate chip cookies.
The book of Amos, and then Jonas, and then after Jonah is Micah, and after Micah is Nahum, and then Habakkuk, and after Habakkuk is Sophonias or Zephanias, and then after that is Haggai, and then Zechariah, and then First and Second Maccabees. Oh well, that's me. You know me.
Well, I have a question. Is there a difference between Ecclesiastes and Ecclesiasticus?
Yes, Ecclesiasticus is Sirach.
Because there was this interesting scripture that came from Ecclesiasticus. You know, it's not a book that you read from cover to cover once and that's it. It's a little here and a little there, and you need a concordance, not the grapes in the tail of wine. Concordance helps you locate certain things. Like if you looked up the rich and the poor, or whatever, you look up a title, a topic, and then you zero right in on the location.
Yeah.
You jabronis out there, you have no idea what you learned from us.
Yeah.
I mean, cooking, Bible study, booze, dating advice, marital advice. You know, you want to know how to bump off your wife legally? No, I'm not gonna
All
say
right.
No.
So Ecclesiastes
Ecclesiastes, yeah.
is famous. That's the vanity of vanities. Everything is vanity. And then Ecclesiasticus is the book of Sirach, which is Sirach is part of the Deuterocanonical
Deuteronomy.
Deuterocanonical. Now we're going back to Thomas Meadow. Thomas Meadow, you bugged out. What's going on with you?
Oh, what's up? Ahoy.
Now, Proverbs was written by Solomon, David's son, right?
King Solomon, yeah.
Proverbs, King Solomon, and the Ark of the Covenant, the tablets were supposedly in the temple that was destroyed.
No, they're in Area 51.
Yes.
Yes, Area 51. Right.
Area 51. Now, Area 52 is in Utah. Don't forget. Don't leave out Area 52. What about Area Jersey? Right from under Cheese, right under this building.
Now, area to go right by. Oh.
Area to the Hudson River. No, he's right. He's absolutely right. There's that you never stop learning in life.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you and Eric are going to do an after show. I'm going to go to bed and watch some football. I don't know what y'all have in store, Eric. Y'all had a little fallout.
Because I don't know. I don't know. Eric has a following. I have a following on politics. Eric has a following on regular broad spectrum people. No, not broad spectrum. You know, like people that know liquor and stuff like that, snack foods and beer. So I don't know if he wants to StreamYard and create a link.
Yeah. We'll see what people see if there are other people maybe interested in doing something else this evening, and maybe you'll see us back live. I'll go gain some interest for such.
Yeah, send Thomas Metal 75 a message if there are a decent amount of people or intoxicated young females that want to do a show, and then send Eric a link.
Why not, Jay? Don't you know you want that? No.
Hey, well, we didn't get the Beer Whisperer joining us because of certain.
I have no idea why Beer Whisperer did not, because he saw the link, because I saw his image appear, and he saw the link, and he didn't click on it. I don't know why he backed down, but maybe next time he will come and.
Well, what we can say here is that I did not exclude anybody. No one can say it was me.
No. All is welcome. And I just want to say, if a female jumps aboard, she cannot be easily offended. She has to be willing to hear all the truths of life and all opinions. She has to be willing to digest it. She can ignore it, but she has to be willing to listen to it. Otherwise, she would have to expedite the premises, or if she wants to argue, like if she wants to argue with me, I'll argue.
Okay, now Tom is
sometimes discretion is better for an hour. What?
Tom the Beer Whisperer wants to know if we're still live. And I said, if you come on right now, we might be still.
Do a review, Tom. Come on and
come on, Tom.
Review.
I tell you what, I'll give him 3 minutes.
What about 3.5?
If he doesn't join in 3 minutes, this broadcast will end.
Tom, review 3 minutes of her.
All right. I told him the info, and hopefully we'll.
Black Friday. This is a special Black Friday edition, Tom.
I realize that his claim to fame these days is on the Facebook's going live and not on YouTube type things, but I'm sure people still remember you from YouTube.
Oh, he hasn't been banging out YouTube solo?
No, just on Facebook. I think him and
No,
Jeff Lyons that do the New England beer reviews, they seem to find for whatever they do, they personally do better on just Facebook than YouTube.
come on, go spread out, go out throughout the universe, the Andromeda galaxy. You got to grab the bull by the corns, like Archie Bunker used to say.
Bull by the corns.
Hey, little Goyle, come and sit on Daddy's lap. Is that what he used to say to Gloria?
No, not Archie Bunker.
He never said, "Hey, little Goyle, sit on Daddy's lap."
Well, maybe the Gloria.
That's before Sally Struthers became 600 pounds.
That was a really heartwarming episode. It really kind of makes you cry when you watch it. Remember when Gloria was going to have a baby?
Yeah, it looked like Archie, actually, the baby, the kid. Joey,
no,
Joey.
Not Joey. Remember in 1971, Gloria was pregnant and she was going to have a baby, and then she had a miscarriage. And remember, Archie bought that huge stuffed animal.
Oh, yeah.
And he went and he was all excited, and he came home from work and he bought the stuffed animal, and then Edith said, "Archie, Gloria lost a baby." And he went up to the room and he was talking to Gloria. Oh, if that doesn't break your heart when you watch that episode, you don't have a heart. You're just a scumbag. You know?
Yeah, that was sad. And Archie got locked in the basement and drank the Polish vodka that Meathead's the uncle
Casimir.
Yeah, from Chicago. His uncle Polish vodka.
Uncle Casimir.
Uncle Casimir, yeah, who was a popular character actor in other areas. Yeah, Archie, and then remember Adrienne Barbeau was the daughter of Maud.
Yeah, I used to like to watch that.
All right, people are counting down the amount of minutes until we go off air.
Right, Beer Whisperer, you're about to lose your chance.
Right. All he asked me was if we're still live, and I told him yes, we would.
Heart was the Lord. Remember, you heard a theme song, "Lady Could Die," and then there's
the whole song.
Yeah, and then there's more.
Yeah, Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world looked. Joan of Arc was with the Lord beside her. She was a sister who really cooked. Isadora was the first bra burner. It goes on and on. Yeah,
I just know Jed Clampett. I just know the whole song.
Yeah, I know all that. Yeah,
I don't know.
Anyway, it's all counting down, y'all.
You know what, Tom? If you want to do shows in the very, very, very near future, you can join. But come at the beginning when it starts at Central Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. Unless you want to do an after dark, no holds barred with.
Yeah, he might not get in as much trouble. All right. Well, anyway, folks, this was Fandango Friday. Next Friday is bingo, 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 bingo. So you'll just have to look for After Dark because it won't be no Fandango Friday.
It won't be Early Bird Spell. Now, what about the infamous Maniacal Monday?
No, because I gotta teach religion class.
And what about Thundering Thunderballs? I mean, Thunder. What do they call that stupid show? Thundering.
No, it's not gonna work out because all those days I have to wake up for work. I mean, it's just
all right. Let it go. That's what a girl told me one time. Hey, James, let it go. Yeah, sure, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching Fandango Friday, folks. This has been an extravaganza of epic proportions.
Well, we would have made history if you know who were to join us. But it was very, very good. It was very invigorating.
Sometimes you get cold feet, even if it's not cold. All right. Well, thanks for watching this video production. Join us in 2 weeks for Fandango Friday, December in.
Hey, grab the bull by the corns.
By the corns.
Time for a whistle. Time for a whistle.
Arr, Friday special, Fandango. We just left the pirate
And
ship.
that's that. And so now, get ready, folks. There might be an after show, and I will not be associated with that, but it will be very, very, very questionable, but enjoyable.
We'll rally the troops and get some people on that damn thing.
We need troops, and remember, if it's mixed company, it cannot be faint of heart people. It's it's got to be.
Yeah, thin skin need not apply.
Okay, those people are being contacted. Yes, good.
Okay.